Alright, it's Wednesday evening. I'm just cleaning out my control room, getting ready to leave for a month, get out of here. So this is essentially where I spend the majority of my work time. I'll give you a look. That's what I look at most of the time. Oh, and that over there, those two screens. Here's the rest of the control room. Yeah, we haven't finished painting the door yet. It's only been 4 years. Oh yeah, there we go. The guitarist among you will recognise some of that stuff. So there you go. That's my work environment. Maybe I'll show you the big room later on. But yeah, I'm just cleaning up. I'm going to my friend's farm it's decided we're going to go out Friday night. Joe and the kids are going to drop me out there so the kids can just see where Daddy's going to be for the next 7 days. And I'm not planning on being back in this room for a month. Although there is one thing coming up, but we'll see. Anyway, I was planning to give you a little bit of a rave tonight about what it's like to go searching for information when you have a problem with alcohol. But what I think I need to do first is share with you the story of how I came to the realization that I'd lost control, and I guess try and share with you what that feels like. So, as I've said before, I've been drinking my whole adult life. Sometimes heavily, sometimes not very heavily. I've gone for large periods of time without drinking, and it's never been a real issue. I've never really thought about it. I've always felt like I was in control. Have a drink, not have a drink. It was a decision, you know. And even this year, well aware that rocking up to work and having a beer at 10 o'clock's not exactly the normal way everybody starts their day. But I guess, this environment, being licensed doesn't help, I guess. It's all rock and roll. That's kind of what you tell yourself. And certainly, here in this environment, spending long, long hours here by myself, a couple of bottles of wine that's company, more or less, So, yeah, even when I was, drinking and working, it felt like something that I was choosing to do for a period of time, and when things got better, I'd just pull back and that'd be that. But yeah, I got a big shock. I think it was maybe 2.5, 3 months ago. Even at home, like on the weekends, I've always got a bit of beer in the fridge. And as was my custom, we put the kids to bed. I'd jump in the car, go down the bottle, grab a bottle of wine or two. And that's how I'd spend my evenings. I'd drink a bottle of wine while we maybe watch some TV. I'd talk to Joe, and that was it wasn't unusual. This particular weekend, I'd been all day, no drink. I didn't have any alcohol in the entire house. There wasn't anything there. Went the entire day playing with the kids, that sort of thing. Late afternoon, evening, Daddy's getting pretty narky, pretty unreasonably anxious. I had been noticing that about myself for a while. I couldn't really control it, and I thought that's a bit unusual, you know. And then late afternoon, maybe about 6 o'clock, I'd become very, very anxious for no real reason, and I could really feel the adrenaline pumping through me. I felt that, that really clenched, tight, sinking feeling in your stomach that is indicating that something really bad. That, I guess, dread when there's nothing going on, but I'm feeling this. This is what I'm feeling like, and I start to shake, right? My body starts to shake. Like, seriously, I'm shaking, and I can't control it. So it's getting a bit, weird, and I still haven't caught on to what's going on yet. And my skin, how they describe your skin crawls, right? Feels like you've got insects under your skin, and they're all crawling around, and so I'm starting to feel this physical stuff in my body. My blood, man, I can hear it in my ears. It's rushing around me, and it feels like fizzy drink, right? It feels like I've got Coca-Cola or something running through my veins. And I'm just really, for a minute, I'm starting to really panic and not, I can't control my body. Like, it's not responding to me the way it's meant to. And for a split second, I had no idea what was going on. The next second, I realised, because my next thought was, oh man, I need a drink. I'd give anything for a drink. I got to go and get a drink. And then immediately I'm starting to plan, all right, it's 6 o'clock, I haven't put the kids to bed yet. I need to get some excuse, I need to get out of the house and get something to drink. Bam. There it is. I'm actually considering like some sort of excuse to get out of the house just for a drink. And that thought was actually more of the wake-up call than the actual shakes or any of the other stuff. It was that thought, because I knew what that was, and I've never thought like that before. Sure, here at work, and I haven't let my colleagues see how much I've been drinking, but it didn't feel the same as this. It didn't feel the same as this. And that's the moment. That's the moment when you realise what's happening. That you've suddenly placed getting a drink above everything else. In that moment, you've placed that above everything else. That's a horrifying thing to realise about yourself. So I didn't go and get a drink. What I did, I went and got Jo, and I told her immediately what was happening. And I was just brutally honest with her. I just said, babe, I need a drink. And that was it. And she immediately understood what I was talking about. And we had the kids and everything, and the middle of bedtime, all that stuff, and I managed to keep it together, and we got the kids to bed, and I went out, and Joe said to me, "Please go and go and get what you need to get." I went and got a drink, came back. It took a good portion of a bottle of wine for me to calm down, which again told me something. Like, it was a full eight drink bottle of wine. I was at least 6 drinks in before the shake stopped, and I felt anywhere near normal. And we talked about it, talked about what it meant, talked about where it came from, started to explore reasons, why, all that sort of thing. And it's just devastating. It's devastating to realise how close you can go to placing anything above your family like that. It's just, and just for me personally, that I cannot allow that. I cannot allow that. So that was a moment. That was a day. And that was the decision that's led me here. And only through the grace and acceptance and love of my partner and my friends that I've told, my business partner. I told my parents only recently, for a number of reasons, not the least being my mother lost her father just recently, and this is something that I wasn't going to throw in the mix at that time. So yeah, there you go. There are moments in your life, small decisions, momentary realizations of your own weaknesses and the roads that they can lead you if you don't grab them, recognize them, and own them.